Greetings, friends. Welcome back to the broadcast. I'm Shawn. Today, we are looking to start our week with some wisdom, some encouragement. We're looking at Psalm 91, a short psalm, only 16 verses. It's prophetic in that it speaks about the Messiah. It's comforting in that it shows God's protection for those who abide in Him, for those who trust in Him, for those who make Him their refuge, for those who set their love upon Him. Psalm 91, very beautiful psalm, very important for us to get into our hearts. And the last time we did our wisdom and encouragement, we finished up Proverbs. So we'll be starting with Ecclesiastes chapter 1 today. And the theme of Ecclesiastes, really the theme of the whole book, is the reality, the harsh reality, that all is vanity. Everything is worthless apart from loving God. I hope you'll be blessed this morning. Just a quick reminder, this broadcast is 100% listener supported. You can support that by going to scriptureandprophecy.com. There's a support and donate tab at the top, as well as an address if you prefer to use mail. As usual, I'm going to be reading from the King James Bible. Open up your hearts this morning. I pray you're going to be blessed. Psalm 91. Let's begin. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress. My God, in Him will I trust. Surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler, and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with His feathers, and under His wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that fireth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh to thee. Only with thy eye shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. Because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. For He shall give His angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. Thou shalt tread upon the lion and adder, and young lion and dragon shalt thou trample under thy feet. Because He hath set His love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high, because he hath known my name. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life will I satisfy him and show him my salvation. Psalm 91. You know, interestingly enough, we talk so much about how actions matter, how actions God can reward or curse. So we have all this talk in Psalm 91 about God's protection and all of these things, but it always starts with a reason. Let's start with the very first verse. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Most High. Again, the promise is abiding, dwelling with the Most High, abiding, you'll be under His protection. Look at it gets more clear on verse 9. He says, because you, because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High thy habitation, because you have trusted God, because you have made him your habitation, your refuge, there shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. For he will give his angels charge over you, to keep thee in all thy ways. Skip down to verse 14. Because he hath set his love upon me, therefore I will deliver him. Twice he says, because you've done this, I will do that. Because he has set his love upon me, therefore I will deliver him, and I will set him on high. Because he hath known my name. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. And the last promise here, verse 16, with long life will I satisfy him and show him my salvation. Actions matter, because actions demonstrate what we believe. And then that real belief, which bears fruit, is rewarded, as you can see clearly from the Psalms here. And we could go through the New Testament and just rattle off all kinds of connecting scriptures. I mean, whosoever shall confess that Jesus is the Son of God, 1 John, God dwelleth in him, and he in God. Right? We know that all things work together for the good of them that love God, to them who are called according to his purpose. For the Father himself loveth you because, this is John 16:27, because you have loved me, and I have believed that I came out of God. John 14:23, Jesus says, if a man love me, he will keep my words, and my Father will love him, and will come unto him and make our abode with him. There's some cause and effect here, friends. All right, before we move forward with Ecclesiastes, let me read you just a short commentary from Matthew Henry about this. About Psalm 91 here. He says this: he that by faith chooses God for his protector shall find all in him that he needs or can desire. And those who have found the comfort of making the Lord their refuge cannot but desire that others may do so. The spiritual life is protected by divine grace from the temptations of Satan, which are the snares of the fowler, and from the contagion of sin, which are the noisome pestilence. Great security is promised to believers in the midst of danger. Wisdom shall keep them from being afraid without cause, and faith shall keep them from being unduly afraid. Whatever is done, our Heavenly Father's will is done. We have no reason to fear. God's people shall see not only God's promises fulfilled, but his threatenings. Then let sinners come unto the Lord upon his mercy seat, through the Redeemer's name, and encourage others to trust him also. All right, let's move on to Ecclesiastes. A reminder that everything in this world is worthless, pointless, for nothing. Everything apart from God. It's all vanity. Let's have a look. Ecclesiastes chapter 1, King James Bible. The words of the preacher, the son of David, king in Jerusalem. Vanities of vanities, saith the preacher. Vanity of vanities, all is vanity. What profit hath a man of all his labor which he taketh under the sun? One generation passes away, and another generation cometh. but the earth abideth forever. The sun also arises, and the sun goeth down, and hasteth to his place where he arose. The wind goeth towards the south, and turneth about unto the north. It whirleth about continually, and the wind returneth again according to his circuits. All the rivers run into the sea, yet the sea is not full. Unto the place from whence the rivers came, thither they return again. All things are full of labor, man cannot utter it. The eye is not satisfied with seeing, nor the ear filled with the hearing. The thing that hath been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which will be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. Is there anything whereof it may be said, See, this is new? It hath been already of old time, which was before us. There is no remembrance of former things, neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are to come with those that shall come after. Please note, you've heard it said, we never learn from history, and history repeats itself, right? That's more or less what's being said here by Solomon. There is no remembrance of the former things, neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are to come with those that shall come after. This is just part of the human condition. We don't learn from history. We repeat ourselves. We repeat our own destruction. Sad reality. Verse 12. I, the preacher, was king over Israel and Jerusalem. And I gave my heart to seek and search out by wisdom concerning all things that are done under heaven. This sore travail hath God given to the sons of man to be exercised therewith. I have seen all the works that are under the sun, and behold, all of it is vanity, all of it is vexation of spirit. I communed with my own heart, saying, Lo, I am come to great estate, and I have gotten more wisdom than all they that have been before me in Jerusalem. Yea, my heart had great experience of wisdom and knowledge. And I gave my heart to know wisdom, and to know madness and folly. I perceived that this also is vexation of spirit. For in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increases knowledge increases sorrow. And that is Ecclesiastes chapter 1. You know that last verse, for in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increases knowledge increases sorrow. I'm trying to find a way to articulate this. I can definitely say that this has been the case for me. I have set my life to study as much as possible, to learn as much as possible, to be awake to what's really going on as much as possible. And there's no question that with that increase comes also an increase of sorrow, of trying to find the words. There's times where I really have to check my attitude, where I'm just such a pessimist, because it's like, okay, that's not Christ-like, right? We're not supposed to have this kind of an attitude, but it's certainly a symptom of lots and lots and lots of study. And I'm even talking about spiritual things. I mean, I spend a couple of years putting in 20 hours a week of study just in church history, and you'll find yourself being a little, it's just true. With much wisdom is much grief, and he that increases knowledge increases his sorrow. Solomon says, I gave my heart to know wisdom and to know madness of folly, and I perceived that is just vexation of spirit. It's so much easier to walk in true childlike faith. Again, I'm struggling to find the words. I apologize because I want to make sure I don't say something I don't mean. I'm just having trouble finding the articulation here. I guess when I was a baby Christian, let's say, and I was still pretty ignorant about a lot of things, and I hadn't done thousands and thousands and thousands of hours of study and went to seminary and did those things, studied the language, studied church history. Before I did all that stuff, it was easier to walk in faith. The more knowledge you have, the more your spirit is vexed about the realities of this world and about history and how we got to where we are. And so I say all that, hopefully I'm making sense, just to say I can, while I'm not some brilliant, wise person like Solomon who had a God-given wisdom that exceeded wisdom of anyone before him or after, I can certainly relate to this idea that with wisdom comes grief, and with increasing knowledge comes sorrow, and to really set your heart on those things creates a vexation of spirit. Now, I don't want to just end with with a bad attitude. Let's be reminded of the promises of Psalm 91, which we read earlier. That setting your heart on God, abiding in Him, leads to God's protection, grace, mercy, His salvation, as is promised in the Psalms. Because He hath set His love upon me, therefore I will deliver him. I will set him on high, because he hath known my name. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him, and I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life I will satisfy him and show him my salvation. I pray you've been blessed this morning. Thank you for praying for me. Thank you for tuning in week after week. Peace and grace be with all of you. And until next time, God bless.